Imagine a world where you can seamlessly transition from your ship, land on a moon, get out, and immediately engage in FPS combat. This is the dream of Star Citizen, a sandbox MMO that has been in development for over 13 years. And for the last 569 days, I've been living and breathing it, making content along the way. In this review, I want to cover the pros and cons of Star Citizen and give you my honest take on if it's worth playing right now. We'll be looking at why players get hooked, what you can actually do in-game at the moment, the frustrating truths about its alpha state, and finally my verdict on whether you should join the verse. But before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Tobii and their Eye Tracker 5. What is it? It's a small device that you can clip to your monitor that tracks both your eyes and head, fundamentally changing how you experience Star Citizen. This device is especially helpful when flying, which is used for situational awareness. My personal favorite feature is the camera boost feature. It literally saves my neck. As soon as my eyes look to the outer parts of the screen, a small head movement lets me completely look left or right. Plus, it makes aiming missiles incredibly easy. I just look at the target and fire. This device is reliable too. It works great with glasses, and you can even play in a dark room without losing tracking. Currently, they're running a special Star Citizen campaign with 15% off their Eye Tracker 5. Plus, there's a giveaway where you can win one until October 19th. I've dropped 2 links below, one for the product and one for the giveaway. A big thank you to Tobii for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the video and look at why is this game so captivating to some players. Why do some players play Star Citizen? What are the things that make this game so special? Ultimately, the best thing about Star Citizen is that it's a make-your-own-adventure type of game. You never know what's going to happen to you when you leave your hangar. Sure, you can go out with a goal in mind, but you might run into trouble along the way, and I love that. For example, just the other day, I was going to do a PvE bounty, but when I arrived, I saw a big player salvage ship blow up because my bounty attacked it. That gave me the opportunity to loot that wreckage and steal its cargo. Random encounters like that is what makes this game special, especially when you're playing with friends. Another thing that makes it special is the sheer scale and graphics of the game. Star Citizen is a beautiful game. It looks and sounds amazing, and they pair those graphics with seamless transition from space to planet surface with 0 loading screens. My first time flying down to a planet was an amazing gaming moment. Having the freedom to just fly where you want to go is one of the best things Star Citizen has to offer. The ships of Star Citizen is why this game even made it as far as it did. They have some truly amazing designs. They're definitely pricey, and we'll get to that a little bit later on, but I can't deny that the designs are super detailed and cool. Most of the ships have fully walkable interiors with compartments for components and even little cupboards for storage. You can put physicalized cargo in your ship or drive a vehicle onto it. Star Citizen ships are the hero characters of the game, and they're doing a really good job on them. Flying and dogfighting can be a little bit controversial, as they have changed the flight model quite a few times now, but being able to fly with my cheap joystick and racing pedals does feel unique. Some skill is needed to fly well, so I do enjoy the flight model of this game, even though I'm still hoping for some improvements. The FPS combat is definitely not top tier. It often feels clunky or slow to do an action, but the ability to get out of my ship, go shoot some things and drag some loot back is a unique experience. So we've covered why the sheer scale, the ship design, and emergent adventures keep us coming back. But for new players, the big question is, what is the current content? What do you actually do once you're in the verse? Let's dive into the core gameplay loops. What is the core gameplay loop in Star Citizen? What will you actually be doing? Star Citizen has a lot of PvE missions that you mostly access through your Mobi class. It's basically a mobile watch on your arm. Here you'll find missions like bounty hunting, where you hunt down a target, shoot them down, and earn money. The more missions you successfully complete, the higher your reputation rises, which unlocks significantly more difficult but more lucrative missions. Sometimes you can even find a contract for a player allowing you to engage in some PvP. Other PvE missions involve FPS combat, where you go down to a moon or planet, shoot down NPCs, and claim your reward. There are even multi-stage missions where you dogfight, clear a mining base on foot, and then steal a ship full of cargo. These are some of my favorite missions to do. This leads right into physicalized looting and inventory. Everything you find, from a weapon to a suit of armor, is a physical object you have to carry. You're not just looting data, you're dragging cargo boxes and managing your weight. For example, your backpack can get full, so it's not just endless looting. If you're into transporting cargo, you also get missions for that, where you need to load up contracted cargo and deliver it for cash. If PvE missions isn't your thing, there's also manual trading. You buy the cargo with your own money, load your ship up with a tractor beam, and go to the sell location. This is more risky, since if your ship explodes or players pirate your cargo ship, you lose that investment. Having a friend group comes in very handy then. For the industrious players out there, you have mining, which has 3 progression stages. First, you get FPS mining. You will be going down into a cave with a backpack and a mining tool to mine some minerals. Second, you get rock mining. You basically take a little mining vehicle out, load it onto a ship like a Cutter's Black, and you go mine some nodes on a moon to get gems. And finally, and the most lucrative one, the third one, is ship mining. Basically, you buy a dedicated ship like a prospector or a multi-crew mole. This is the most profitable, but it requires you to find valuable rocks, break them into pieces, refine the material at a station, load the refined cargo onto another ship, and finally sell it at a big city. Mining isn't the only industrial loop. You also get ship salvage. This is where you use a salvage ship to scrape the hull of other ships, storing the material in boxes to sell. You can even break the ships into little pieces to scoop them up completely. If you scan a wreck and see that it has really good components, you can scavenge them for later use as well. I really enjoy flying around, looting a bunch of components from abandoned player ships, and upgrading my own ship, which saves me a fortune. Star Citizen has also recently introduced a lot of sandbox activities. For example, you can go fight a really big worm in Pyro, or work towards activating a big mining laser in Stanton that will shoot open a cave with valuable resources. All of these activities have multiple parts to them that you need to complete, and you will definitely encounter other players while doing them, so gear up because PvP does happen in Star Citizen. That's a huge amount of potential for an alpha, and all of these core loops can be incredibly engaging, but to be completely transparent with you, it's definitely not all smooth sailings. Now let's talk about the hard truths, the lows, and the frustrations. While Star Citizen is amazing in some aspects, there are a lot of frustrating things with this game as well. First, Star Citizen is riddled with bugs. You still run into server crashes every now and then, but it has improved by quite a bit. We used to get 30Ks and completely get kicked from servers, having to start all over again. These days, in most cases, we just get a server error message where we need to wait for the server to recover. Other bugs include items going missing, especially after a new patch, missions that won't complete, or key cards that won't open doors. When the servers suffer, FPS combat gets really clunky as well, with weapons not reloading or NPCs rubber banding or completely stopping their AI. There's a lot of little bugs that will sour your experience every now and then. Star Citizen is still very unoptimized as well, meaning you need a really good PC to play. Even then, you sometimes get huge FPS drops. They are currently doing Vulkan tests so I'm hoping for some improvements, but I'm pretty sure that you'll still need a really good PC even after the update. The new player experience is also really bad. The game does not do a good job at introducing you to how it works at all. Yes, there's an in-game tutorial, but it's awful. You'll probably still end up Googling things on how to play the game. I even made my own up-to-date new player guide recently to help out beginners. I'll link that below in case you need help. But when joining the game, just expect a big learning curve. There's also a lot of controversy surrounding Star Citizen. The game has raised over 800 million and has been in development for 13 years. So where has all the money and time gone to? Well, the development team has been splitting its focus. Star Citizen isn't just one game. It also has a single player game called Squadron 42, and that has been consuming most of the development resources. To be fair, they do port over technology to the MMO, but if they only had one focus, things would have been a lot more efficient. Squadron 42 is expected to be released in 2026, so keep in mind that when you buy the game, some of your money is contributing to that separate experience as well. This brings us to the cash shop and the pay-to-win aspect of this game. It's no secret that some of the ships they're selling has some crazy prices, and yes, you can get a starter pack for about $51, but you can also get a package priced at $1,322 where you can get 6 different ships. Is this pay-to-win? I would say in some aspects yes. Having a bigger ship allows you to skip the grind for that ship in-game. So technically it is skip to progress. Not everyone is starting from zero. I do believe that Star Citizen would not have been possible if they didn't sell any ships. It's a sad reality, but it was probably a very necessary evil at the time. I fully encourage just buying a starter ship and playing the game. Don't buy anything else since you can earn everything in-game. It might just take you a little bit longer. Recently, I did a 0 to hero playthrough where I take a starter ship, I start from 0, and it took me about 4 hours to buy my first Cutlass Black. Star Citizen is very much still in alpha, and with that comes a lot of bugs and frustrations. But through it all, I still managed to play 569 days of Star Citizen. It would be wrong of me to say that I didn't enjoy my time with it. It has a lot of ups and downs for sure, but I'm excited for what's to come. If you have a high tolerance for bugs, have a really good PC, and like to make your own adventure in a sandbox MMO, then I think buying the cheaper starter pack is definitely worth it. Give yourself time to learn the game and look up some outside sources because the learning curve can be quite steep. However, if you expect a polished, feature-complete game, want deep structured PvE/PvP content, or can't afford to lose progress due to bugs, then I rather wouldn't get the game. I would wait for 1.0 to be out. It might take a while though. If you do decide to get Star Citizen, make sure to use someone's referral code. It will give you an extra 50,000 credits to start off with. I'll put mine on the screen for you to use, or just use your friends. I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and don't forget to check out Toby below. That Eye Tracker 5 is genuinely a game changer, and they're running a giveaway plus 15% off until October 19th. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.